Hello there everyone, and welcome to another Thomas Wooden Railway review video. In this video I am taking a look at the Jeremy and the Airfield set. Now this is a set that I have just recently purchased off of eBay, and one of the primary reasons on getting this set. I will go into that detail in a bit, but first I think that I should go over a bit of a backstory about this set right here. So, some of you may remember the Season 10 episode, Thomas and the Jet Plane. And in that episode, Thomas met with Jeremy, the jet plane. And this is Jeremy right here. And I will go into more detail about him in a moment. And basically, this set right here is just supposed to be a recreation of that story. Although, what it doesn't include would be Annie and Clarabelle, who served as important parts of the story, since in that episode, Thomas needed to get the children from the picnic out of the rain, and then take them to Jeremy's airplane hangar, where they could have their picnic there. So that's pretty much all I have to say in regards to the story. Now onto the actual set. Now, the set that I had gotten off of eBay was used, but it was also incomplete. All the important elements were included in the set, but there wasn't, not everything was even included. Like, for example, I did not have Thomas be included in this set. The seller did not have Thomas in this set right here. But he does come with the Jeremy and the Airfield set, but since Thomas was not, well, since the Thomas that should have been in the set was not in the order, and I actually knew ahead of time, the listing didn't show Thomas in the images that the seller provided. And so I was not sure if the seller just had Thomas hidden or if he was not there. But now that I've actually received the actual set, I figured out that he was not there. Which is not a big deal, because I have plenty of Thomases anyway. But it doesn't hurt to have more, though. So, this Thomas right here, it's one that I already had. It's the one that was released in, in the 2000s. This was the more updated version of Thomas that came out during the, during the time that the engines were starting to get updated versions. Now, this one right here actually has, didn't come with the stripes on top of his boiler, but I did add stripes with a red Sharpies marker, but the Thomas that does come in the Jeremy and the Airfield set does have those stripes on top of his boiler. So, as for things that you could still get otherwise, without having to purchase the set, there of course is Thomas, and a signal, and a Sir Topham Hatt figure, and a Terrence. Now, I actually did already have that style of Terrence, and in fact, that's the one that I already had. I put the one that came in the set to the side. I do have plans for that, but I'm not going to go into all that detail in this video. So, yeah. Includes Terrence, which is strange, because I don't think he was actually in the story. Was Learning Curve just trying to get rid of all the Terrences they had in their factory? Anyway, and it also comes with a blue iron bridge. Now, this is the 5th iron bridge that I have gotten, and the 4th one to be blue, and the 1st one to have the new style of track. I had 3 other blue iron bridges like this I've had in my childhood. 2 that came in the original Sodor Iron Bridge pack, and 1 that came in the Thomas and Bertie's Great Race pack. So this is the fourth one that I've gotten that is in blue. So now I have 4 of these in blue and 1 in green. I don't know if I've already shown off the green iron bridge that I got, but just letting you know right now that I do have one of those. I'm not entirely sure if this control tower right here is exclusive to the set or not. I would suspect that it is, but just in case I'm wrong, you can go ahead and tell me. But, you know, regardless, it's a very nice looking control tower, very different from the control towers that I've gotten before. There's a front door over on this side, and on the sides there's this thing that's blowing off steam, and on the back there is a staircase. Although I don't see any doors right there, so I can't really say that it serves as a back door because, well, I don't see a door on the back. So there's that right there. And I also do not know if this cow is exclusive to the set either, but just showing off the cow right here. You know, it's a cow. Now, I am quite certain this tunnel right here is exclusive to the set. It's a little short tunnel that has a green roof on it, and on the side it says Airport Junction. I'm gonna take a look to see what's on the other side. No, it's the same thing, except the sign is pointing the other way, since, you know, they both have to be facing the same way. But something I know that is exclusive to the set would be the airplane hangar. Now, the airplane hangar has these doors on both sides of it, which do open up. And it also has a removable transparent roof right there. Also comes with this little cardboard runway, which I am noticing a few marks on this, since, as I said, I got this used. But it's not all that bad, because it's not totally beat up. And the thing that was the whole reason why I got this set was Jeremy himself. This is the Wooden Railway Jeremy. He is exclusive to this set. Well, the Thomas Wooden Railway version is. There's also the Thomas Wood version, which I was considering on getting, but I think that this will work out much better because he's a pretty good size, and while the Thomas Wood version probably would be much smaller, and he doesn't have an open cab, whereas the Thomas Wood Jeremy does have the open cab. Now, he of course has his name underneath him, just as all of the characters in the Wooden Railway line do since the 2000s. And the interesting thing here is that he has actual moving eyes, where when you turn this front wheel, his eyes just bob up and down. I find that to be very interesting right there. Probably makes it like so much worth it to get this sort of set right here. Although it did still cost me quite a lot of money in order to get this whole set, like about $125 in, well, not in total, but it was how much the set cost, and then there's also the shipping. So, my overviews on this set, well, let me get the camera out so we can see the whole thing. Okay, I think that may be good. Overall, while this set is pretty good, I think that this pretty much messed up the opportunity that some kids may have when they saw Jeremy in TV series. Like, there may be some kids who really wanted to get a Wooden Railway Jeremy, but the only way they could do that would be if they bought this expensive set, and they just did not have the money for it. So I personally think that while they still could have had this airport set be released, they probably could have still just had Jeremy be released as a set by himself. I mean, that probably would break the sales for the for the large set, because some children may decide to buy Jeremy on his own rather than just get this full-on set right here. But there's also the factor that this set would probably include quite a lot of good values, such as how much they'd be getting for the track pieces. And it's also pretty good that I now have a lot more of the track pieces in my collection, so I can build much larger train sets. I actually took apart the train set that I was working on because I wanted to get some more updates to my train room. And speaking of which, I think I need to show that off. So this pretty much is the train room that I have right now, and what I did was get 6 green carpet pieces right here, and half of them I've had to cut up in order to maintain some space right here. This first one right here is full. This one was cut. So are all the rugs going that way right there. And this one was also cut. I also did a kind of triangular line right here because I want to be sure that it's not in the way of the furnace. And then going this way is what's left of that cut up rug right there. And that's a little piece of leftover rug or carpet. I'm not quite sure what the proper name for it is. As well as another piece of leftover carpet that I've put here to cover up a gap in, in the carpet right there, because the corner did not have that carpet right there because of this pole right here in the wall, which kind of gets in the way of the carpet. And there's actually some bareness behind the shelves right here, but of course the shelf just covers that up. I'll actually move this to show you. Yeah, you see a little bareness right there, but having this helps out with covering up the bareness that shelf had, or the wall had, the floor had. I also moved the bed out of that corner right there and moved it all the way over here. Now, this is not the bed that I normally sleep in, but it's the bed that I sleep in during thunderstorms, when I just need to find a good, quiet place to go. I mean, it doesn't completely, I'm not completely running away from the sound that the thunderstorm is making, but it does help to be down in the basement right here. So this is where I go for when it is thundering outside. And, with it out of the way, it certainly helps to provide more space for the layout. Before I close this video off, there is one more thing that I should point out. I did follow the picture right here to make sure that I could get the entire set built, because as I said, I got this used, so it didn't come with instructions. So I print this paper off to have a reference for this train set. And, well, I've noticed that the airplane hangar right here is covering up the track that is over here, and I did use all of the track that was included in this order. However, there is one piece of track that I put onto this set that was not included in the order. And that's this piece of track right here. Now, I'm not quite sure if that's how it's supposed to go, but I wasn't able to create this exact set with only the pieces that were included. In fact, there were quite a number of cramped spaces. I may have done something wrong, and perhaps I have. You could let me know if I have done something wrong when making this set. But I sure hope that even if I had gotten something wrong, this review still has worked out, or, given you some good idea. And another thing I should point out is that right here, this track is kind of sagging down because the the seller did not include both of the sections on the iron bridge to hold these pieces upward. And you know, given as to how this is a much newer model, it just, the one a piece I used to cover up for the missing one right here, it's just sagging down, just like that. The picture shows that there are two pieces right there, so the seller has definitely left one of those pieces out. But that's not a big deal, since I have some extra ones, but there's the fact that it just sags down like that. So that's pretty much of an issue. I kind of thought that the new iron bridge would just be the same as the old one, except the new style of track, but it appears that it just does not fit in all that well. As far as if I should recommend that you get this set, it's actually quite hard to find. In fact, as of the time of the recording of this video, there was only one listing for this set on eBay, other than this one, by the way. This one was much more recently listed, and I decided to take my chance and purchase this set before anyone else managed to get it. But if you are able to find this set at a pretty good price, and you think that it's worth the money, you can go ahead. But if you want to get Jeremy by himself without getting the rest of the set, or anything else that's exclusive to the set without the rest of the set, well, good luck with that, because I have tried and I have not been able to find any of the exclusive items that are included in this set. So pretty much, if you're able to find the full set, you should just go ahead and do that. So anyway, that is all. Thank you for watching, and I will see you again next time.